So Mark Webber, the not bad for a number 2 driver guy, has a very accomplished Formula 1 driver as well, let me just say. 10-time winner I think he got in the end. He's played it coy on McLaren and 2025 title tilt. Now, of course, Webber himself was involved in a title battle back in 2010, just missing out to his teammate at the time, Sebastian Vettel. I'm sure those guys kissed and made up and had no further problems after that. But yeah, these days he is, of course, the driver manager of Oscar Piastri, the guy that was insisted that he will not be a number 2 driver for McLaren. And I think there's a very strong case to say that Oscar Piastri should at least be in the title battle this season. But Mark Webber's playing it down. Piastri's very young. He's only in his 3rd season of Formula 1 racing. He can't challenge for the title. Can he? I think he can personally, but let's have a look at what Mr. Mark Webber has to say about this. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com. Former F1 driver Mark Webber is coy about whether McLaren and his protege Oscar Piastri may be heading into the 2025 season as favourites. We'll see, said the Australian, who now personally manages a 23-year-old compatriot, Piastri, told RTBF on the opening day of pre-season testing in Bahrain on Wednesday. After McLaren won the Constructors' Championship last year, with Piastri's teammate Lando Norris finishing runner-up behind drivers' title winner Max Verstappen, Red Bull boss Christian Horner is declaring that he doesn't mind if McLaren enters the new season as favourites. There are so many factors that come into play, said the 48-year-old Webber. Webber's 48 years old now. Oh my god, guys, I'm getting old. The man's nearly 50. Wow. Who won all 9 of his Grand Prix. Oh, so close with 10. What a guess. Who won all 9 of his Grand Prix victories with Red Bull, told the Belgian broadcaster. It's very important that the car is competitive on each track, above all reliable, given that we're starting with 5 races in 6 weeks, he explained. But we're obviously starting on a good basis because the car was very good in 2024. As for Piastri, he remains highly regarded in the F1 paddock, but there is no denying that Norris had the upper hand last season. Another former F1 driver, Mark Sciurra, however, thinks McLaren has a problem on its hands. If McLaren want to win the championship, they have to put Lando Norris as their number 1 driver, said the Swiss. Otherwise, Piastri will take points away from him. However, Piastri still finished 4th overall in 24, securing his first 2 Grand Prix victories compared to 4 wins for British driver Norris. Oscar had an incredible second year in Formula 1, even if he was behind Lando Norris at the end of the season, Webber acknowledged. But in the end, it was a great season for him, Piastri in 24, with lots of points. He learned a lot, and I hope he has a good season. RTBF concluded its conversation with one of the hottest paddock topics at the moment, Ferrari's new driver combination. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, what a lineup, Webber smiled. It is fantastic for the sport. This move for Lewis is great for everyone. But Leclerc is also a superstar, and I have a lot of respect for both of those guys. It's all positive, both for Ferrari and for Formula 1. I totally agree. I wrote an article for the F1 Chronicle when the move for Hamilton to Ferrari got announced at the start of last year, around probably 12 months exactly around this time ago. And I basically said it was the shot in the arm that Formula 1 needed. There were a lot of controversies around MBS. I'm sure that was the last we heard of that. Yeah, no more controversies with that guy, surely. And also around the Spanish Grand Prix circuit, the Madrid circuit, which I think is a horror show of a track, really. And I hope we never go there, and I hope we stay at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalonia, which we might well do because of the financial chaos happening over there. But anyway, Piastri, is he ready for a title challenge? It's a big step. But, for me, honestly, he definitely showed last season that he has shades of, a very consistent driver. There were some people comparing him to Alain Prost, and I see it. I do, actually. Very level-headed, very meticulous in how he goes about things. He won... Look at his performance at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the one around the Baku Street City circuit. He was not the fastest driver on that day, but he won the race because he measured his performance perfectly. He drove millimetrically amazingly, both when he overtook Charles Leclerc and also when he defended from Charles Leclerc for the remainder of the race. He did just enough. He did the classic Prost thing of winning the race by the smallest possible margin. He did everything perfectly. Can he do that every race of the season? No. He's not consistent enough on that kind of level. That was a special performance. And he might well do that more regularly this season. I think, honestly, it's going to be very tough for him to replicate that form in that race throughout the entirety of a season. But who knows? We've seen drivers in their first season challenge for the World Championship. Lewis Hamilton in 2007, Jacques Villeneuve in 1996, and indeed both of those guys won the championship in their second seasons in Formula One as well. So for me, absolutely he could do. I don't think it's particularly likely. I think he's going to be in the conversation for the majority of the season, but I think it'd be a brave call to make to say that he's going to be within the championship battle going into the final round in Abu Dhabi. But I wouldn't rule it out either. I really, really like him. And, honestly, put under pressure, you got to make me choose a McLaren driver. Who would I want to drive for my team now if I had a Formula One team? Oscar Piastri or Lando Norris? I'd go Piastri. Honest to God, I go Piastri. Not only because he's younger and I feel like he's got more potential, but because I just like his attitude a bit more. Lando Norris at times last season really, really showed that he was under pressure, and it cracked him. It really, really did. Piastri has not had the same kind of spotlight on him, admittedly, but I would be surprised, having met him personally as well, I'd be surprised if he cracked under that kind of pressure like Lando Norris did, or at least to the same degree that Lando Norris did. But then again, until it happens, we don't know. But I would certainly say that Oscar Piastri is one of those 5 drivers that is within a shot of the 2025 World Championship, alongside his teammate, alongside Max Verstappen, and alongside the Ferrari boys too. But that's my take, guys. What do you think? Can Oscar Piastri win the 2025 Formula One World Championship? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below as always. And of course, be subscribed to the F1Chronicle.com to see much more content like this. Like, share, comment as well. And of course, if you want to become an F1 legend, head over to Patreon, become a member on there, get some exclusive member benefits, and if you want to support us on Substack as well, we are the biggest Formula One newsletter in the world on Substack, so go ahead and head over there for some more action, and you can become a paid member too, get those member benefits just like on Patreon. So yeah, see you soon guys, have a great weekend.